You're the first Christian I have give me a scientific explanation of Noah's Ark.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
I thought that's what you said. You said Noah's Ark has
The measurements are in the Bible. You know that.
Oh, I thought you said science verifies Noah's Ark. That's why I think you're the first Christian.
They actually have found it in the mountains of Ararat, Turkey.
Do you believe that it's possible for two of every species on the whole Earth to go into a 450-foot boat?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know how it was done, but it was done.
Do you believe that God...
Do you believe that the Earth was flooded?
Several times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many times do you think?
I would say the minimum of 3 times. Minimum.
Why?
Because of water erosion found on the Sphinx, because of the melting of the polar ice caps, and the Ice Age itself. There's been many floods, and it's recorded in ancient Babylonian history that there was floods. Yeah, and with the Mayans also. But
when do you think the biggest one occurred?
The largest one would have to have been 10,000 years ago. But do you believe that God used science? Okay, this is what I want to know about the Noah's Ark thing.
I gotta get going.
Okay, God could have easily just made all the animals and everybody just hover in space while the flood came, right? But for some reason, he used science. He told Noah to build a boat. That boat was able to float.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can read it. Nice camera, by the way.
I found it.
Does it work good?
I don't know. I don't know how to operate it. I don't know how to operate.
First you gotta turn it on.
I never had one of these before.
Okay. So he used the laws of physics to protect mankind and animals. Is that correct?
One family and
right. He didn't use miracles, did he? In the
God's above miracles.
Oh well.
Miracle is to us.
Okay, supernatural powers. Did God use supernatural powers to protect the animals and humans, or did he use the laws of physics? In the Noah's Ark story.
Well, we call it supernatural power because it's above us, but he actually went above the laws of physics and did the work that he did throughout creation. I'm
talking about in the Noah's Ark story. Yeah. Was there any supernatural powers used in, or was it just a boat? 2 of every kind, 2 of every clean, 7 of every unclean.
Yeah.
So he used pairing up in sexuality. Yeah. He used boats. He used rain to drown. These are all things that are within the laws of physics. Yes.
Yeah.
So in the Noah's Ark story, did God have to use any supernatural powers, or did he just use physics to do the job? Rain, drowning, a boat. Did he use supernatural powers to help Noah and the animals?
Well, he did protect them.
Well, but not
caused the boat to float.
Well, boats float, but I mean, the laws of physics say boats float. That's not a supernatural.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I don't see any supernatural occurrence in the Noah's Ark story to protect Noah and his family. I'm not saying that's wrong or anything. I'm just saying that
I know.
I see the laws of physics. So would you agree that God did not use supernatural powers to protect Noah and his family? Is there any reference to it in the Bible?
My limited knowledge on the surface, yes.
Okay. In the Bible, is there any reference to God using supernatural powers to protect Noah and his family?
I thought you just
yeah, well now I'm asking in the Bible. Have you ever seen...
I thought we're talking about the Bible.
Okay, fine. So the answer is no. God did not use...
To my knowledge, yeah. To my limited knowledge.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay. I have a question on that. Okay. Mount Everest. Mount Everest?
Tallest mountain in the world.
Yeah. It's around 29,000 feet.
Yeah.
At 29,000 feet in the air, you have ice caps on the top of the mountain. The reason being is, as you get higher up into the atmosphere, it gets colder.
Yeah.
Mount Everest, in some occasions, gets to -30, -40 degrees at the top of the peak. Now, according to the Bible story, it says that the flood covered all of the highest mountains. Is that correct?
Yep.
So that means that Noah...
Well, some people believe that the flood was limited in its scope and parameters.
Well, according to the Bible, it was to kill all mankind.
Yeah, but mankind hadn't spread all over the earth.
Right. So
it was probably limited in geography.
But he killed all the animals, did he? Or are there some animals?
Again, we're probably limited to a area in that.
Well, in order for the flood to reach over all the highest mountains, even if we're not talking about everywhere, but all the highest mountains, Mount Everest must be included because that's the highest mountain.
Well, I don't know.
Even a mountain even smaller than Mount Everest, 20,000 feet, not even 29,000 feet, at 20,000 feet in the air. Do you know how cold it is at that
minus 40.
Yeah. So you believe that there was an ARK that was 20,000 feet above sea level, covering the highest mountains in the even Arafat, even those mountains. Ararat, even those mountains.
Arafat's dead.
Yeah. So even those mountains. What was the temperature in the ARK?
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Well, according to science,
but it has to be an appropriate temperature for everything. Everything.
Right. So there's no appropriate temperature for animals 20,000 to 29,000 feet in the air. Animals don't live 29,000 feet in there because it's too cold. Maybe a polar bear, maybe a seal, but even them, they don't live that high in the air. But how about tropical lions? Can a tropical lion live for 40 days and 40 nights in negative 30 degrees? Because that's how cold it is at that high latitude. How about cold-blooded reptiles that need heat, that need the sun's heat?
You would have to ask the scientists these questions.
Okay. So does it make sense to you that Noah and his animals were 20 to 29,000 feet above sea level for 40 days and 40 nights, living at least negative 20 degrees?
Well, let me ask you a question.
But first, hold on. Before you ask me a question, I want to know, is that logical to your mind? Because we just established God did not use supernatural powers.
If it's not logical, it's because I don't have all the information to put it all together.
Well, if you were to take the information that you have right now,
it's incomplete.
If you were to take a lion and put it 20 feet in the air, 20,000 feet in the air, at negative 10 degrees.
So maybe God did use supernatural laws. Maybe he did go above the law.
But then now the story doesn't make any sense anymore.
Well,
because if God used, because this is now it's probabilities now. I'm dealing with what he used a boat, which is science. He used the pairing up of two animals, which is science. He used rain to drown people, which is science. All the things that he used in the flood story comport with science. They're not supernatural events. So, to protect the family. So how in the world? But he didn't.
I can do both.
According to the Bible, he didn't, though. That story doesn't make any sense. What did the animals eat on the ark for 40 days and 40 nights? Like elephants, some elephants a year need over 70,000 tons of food. 70,000 vegetation. They need 70,000 gallons of water and hundreds of tons of food. Did Noah go around the earth and collect tons and tons and tons of food to feed the elephants?
So,
how did they survive?
I guess we are dealing with probabilities, aren't we?
How did the animals survive on the ark? What did they eat?
Well,
what did the animals?
We are dealing in probabilities, aren't we?
So what did the animals eat?
We're not told.
So the story to me, just with those two facts, and I have several more, the story of a flood with Noah taking two animals on a boat that's 450 feet length, traveling up to, no problem, traveling up to 29,000 feet latitude, at negative 30 degrees with tropical animals makes no sense to me, and it's illogical in science, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Plus, Noah, how much feces does an elephant poop out every day? Where did that go? It just doesn't make any sense. We're gonna end like that. Peace.